Happy birthday to me. Sheffield Wednesday, thank you very much. The one day I wanted to, just chill out. The one good part about not working today and not being at work today was, you know what? I'll just relax and enjoy my birthday a little bit. It's not scorching hot weather like it was lockdown last year. It's raining. So let's just chill out indoors. No, Sheffield Wednesday decided to do everything today. Me and Punk have already just recorded a segment for the podcast about the COO. So that's coming on Sunday, Talking Wednesdays 12 p.m. However, the retain list, that's a big deal. I've got to talk about it. I wasn't going to make a video. I even just said right now on YouTube I'm not going to make a video, but here's the video. Let's talk about Sheffield Wednesday releasing quite a lot of players. So straight from the club website, ours confirmed 2021 retain list. Juice Van Aken, Kadeem Harris, Elias Kachunga, Tom Lees, Matt Penny, Moses Adebayo, Joey Pelopessi, Adam Reach, Jordan Rhodes and Kieran Westwood will be released upon the expiry of their contracts. The club have activated one-year extensions to retain Kieran Brennan, Alex Hunt and Sam Hutchinson. Asais Urugidi has been offered a new contract, while Liam Shaw declined a new contract offer and, as previously communicated, signed an agreement with Celtic. Loan players Izzy Brown and Jack Marriott have returned to their parent clubs. Sheffield Wednesday would like to thank all departing players for their services and wish them well for the future. Now, I knew coming off the back of relegation, we've been talking about it, a rebuild was going to be necessary. I thought, though, we'd keep a couple of these players. Now, I think that's a decision from Moore. He probably just... The ideal situation comes in when you get a new manager in. He can just start again. He can ship off these players and start again. Doesn't have to worry about these players on 30k a week, that sort of thing. He can just get rid and start again in a league that he knows. Obviously, Darren Moore's been to League One with Doncaster Rovers. He knows the outlook there. If he wants to bring in younger, hungrier players that can suit our financial, restrictions and keep us in FFP a little bit more and do a proper rebuild, there could be some positives to it. However, there's a couple of players potentially going to take some heat for these players, but a couple of players that I thought we'd have probably been better holding on to and maybe building a bit more of a team around them. I'll tell you what I mean. So, the big one, and I'm going to put my tin hat on straight for this. Don't be mean to me. It's a bit... Joey Pelopessi, right? Joey Pelopessi splits the fan base, but the way he's come on as a player, it's like we've developed him to adapt to the English game and actually become a decent championship player, and we've let him go for free. That one I don't understand, because he's played better than he ever has done before this season, and I know there's going to be people going, well, you can't just say one season, he's only been good in a poor performing side, that sort of thing. You get all of that, but he's actually a decent player now, and I'm really disappointed to see him not sign a new contract, or not be offered a new contract. We don't know if he's been offered one there. It's interesting to say Liam Shaw declined a contract, so I don't think any of those have been offered contracts. Kieran Westwood is another massive one for me. I am really worried about our goalkeeper situation now. Really, really worried. That has got to be a number one priority for Darren Moore and the recruitment team of Sheffield Wednesday this summer. We have to bring a goalkeeper in. Because Wildsmith and Dawson, they've got mistakes in them. And yes, there might be the argument for, is this the time to give them a real shot at it? But if you think about it, when Westwood's been frozen out of the team, both of those goalkeepers have had a proper shot at it. And there's been mistakes. There's not been consistently good performances there, which is slightly concerning when even though we're dropping a league, we need a goalkeeper that can command his box. Kieran Westwood commanded his box. I'm really, really disappointed to see Kieran Westwood go, but I assume it has to be something to do with the wages and his age and his recent injury record. When you add all those up, yes, it does seem like there's logic behind that. But I am disappointed with that one. Kieran Westwood is one that I would have wanted to stay. Juice Van Aken, though, he was already off. We spoke about that before. Kadeem Harris, I've said it in the past, a bit more of a luxury player, and we aren't in a place for luxury right now. Elias Kachunga, a bit disappointed with that one. We didn't really see much from him. We could have maybe seen something. Maybe he wouldn't want to drop down to League One, has had those chats. We don't know. Not a great signing overall, one-year contract, that sort of thing. Tom Lees, obviously he's going to be staying with us to recover from his injury, the duty of care, all of that. Potentially off to Huddersfield. We'll see what happens with that one. But that is obviously a big... I've got to say this, actually. A big servant to Wednesday. Was part of a very good Wednesday squad that nearly got promotion twice. Was very solid next to Leuven's. It's quite sad to see Tom Lees go, but I do think it's about the time. And yes, he's linked with championship moves. I think he'll stay in the championship if he can recover from this injury properly. But he has been a servant to Sheffield Wednesday. I do think we've got to respect that. But we've seen in the last season or so, he wasn't the best captain in terms of leadership. He wasn't as vocal as players like Barry Bannon, like even Dunkley when he's come in as a vocal centre-back. But he was a very good servant to the club, and I want to wish him all the best. And that is a sad one to see Tom Lees go. He did become part of a Wednesday side that were very, very good. And unfortunately, it didn't work out towards the end of his Wednesday career. But if he's off to Huddersfield, he's just jumped from Yorkshire club Leeds, Wednesday. He likes Yorkshire, Tom Lees. Don't blame him. Matt Penny's been released, so he went on loan to South Parley. Never really seemed to get a footing when he came back in the side. Apparently, allegedly, heard from people that he's not the best at training. I don't know if that's the case. Would love to actually have a chat with him on Talking Wednesday and see what... Because he's obviously come up through the academy and see what his opinions are on that. Obviously, you can't really comment much on rumours, but Matt Penny, could he have done a job in League One? There's probably something more behind the scenes there. He's also been released, along with Moses Adebayo. So that's 2 fullbacks gone. Adebayo's injury record has kept him out a lot this season. People will probably be rejoicing in this one because he's given away the penalties. I think there's a really good player in Adebayo. We've just not seen it in a Wednesday shirt, and that is the likely story with so many players. They'll probably do quite well when they move to other clubs. But Adebayo not been great for Wednesday, but I still think there's a player in there. Our club record signing, not that one actually. We get into that one next. Sorry, the other club record signing. Adam Reach has gone on a free, so 7.5 million or whatever we paid for him from Middlesbrough. We've now released him on a free. That's disappointing, but I did think it was written in the stars that he was going either way this season. Even if we'd have stayed up, I reckon Adam Reach would have gone. I think he's destined for upper mid-table championship squad because on his day he can score worldies. He's been a very good... It was like he was never... He only had that one season with the Screamers where we thought, oh, we've got a hell of a player on our hands here, and otherwise he was just a really good squad player that fit into the squad quite well. Yes, it's disappointing to see that much money go, and he always seemed like a decent lad, metalhead as well. Can't underestimate how different that is in football, but Adam Reach, a lot of money down the pan there, and even more so with Jordan Rhodes, who is looking like he's heading straight back to Huddersfield. Well, not straight back, but back to Huddersfield. I think this is a sensible one. Very disappointing. I think a lot of the Wednesday fans will be like, this is very disappointing with the amount of money we spent on Jordan Rhodes. Obviously, 10 million or whatever it was. A lot of money. Not much of a goal return from Jordan Rhodes, but he has been released. We'll see where he goes, but he isn't going to be a Sheffield Wednesday player for sure. I think he'd have banged them in League One, so that's unfortunate, but I do think Darren Moore wants to play an attacking style. I think he's probably going to look for strikers with a little bit more pace. If he's going to go for a poacher, I think he'll want a younger poacher and build more of a younger, hungry squad rather than relying on the old guard. I do understand it, but it is a real shame that Jordan Rhodes didn't work out at Sheffield Wednesday, especially with the amount of seasons before that where I'd hoped he'd come to Sheffield Wednesday and he finally did. And it didn't go very well. Brennan, Alex Hunt. So they have triggered the Alex Hunt deal, the 1-year extension, which I'm glad to see, actually, because there was rumours that there was League One interest in him. Just need to bulk him up a little bit, get that physicality for League One because he's very technically good on the ball. We also need to get a new contract on the offer for him because if he does well this season, he could go on a free. These are only 1-year extensions. Sam Hutchinson, though, he is going to be a hell of a centre-back in League One and he's staying, which we like to see. I think it's a really, really good bit of business that if he stays injury-free, he is that centre-back that is going to do really well for us in the lower leagues, and I could see him being part of a very good spine for Sheffield Wednesday. Centre-back, then Bannon in front of him, and then, I don't know, up front, we'll see what happens, but he's got that good link-up with Bannon, and as a centre-back for League One, Hutchinson's pretty much top money, so I think that's a really good bit of business. And the best bit of business we could possibly do is if Urhoghide signs this new contract. So Urhoghide has been offered the new contract. We talk about it more on the podcast this week, but he is linked with staying to Sheffield Wednesday. We've heard about it for quite a while now that he is keen on staying if he can get the right things. The options are open there for him. But obviously, if a big club comes in for him, I think that's when he'll go. I just don't think he wants to play under 23s football again, which is fair. You know, we heard that a little while ago. It's been reported a little bit more in the on Twitter and that today. So a bit more comfortable speaking about that rather than just taking it directly from our sources. So Urhoghide actually being offered a contract, that one will develop over the next few days, I imagine, and it'll be interesting to see if he signs it. That would be our best bit of business we could possibly do. I think Urhoghide's got a lot of talent, and I think it would actually be a very wise decision for him to sign and get first-team football under a manager that fancies him like Moore. You know, wants to play him, wants to be part of the first team. Trust me, if you are part of a promotion side for League One from Sheffield Wednesday, you go down in folklore, even if you don't have the best return back to the Championship. Think about the Wednesday squads. You show loyalty to us now, Urhoghide. I can tell you that fan base will be right behind you, and it's probably one of the best things you could do at your age at this stage of the career. Do it. And also, come on the Talking Wednesday podcast. But, yeah. Lone players with Izzy Brown and Jack Marriott. They've gone. That's obviously, I don't think we'll be having them back. It's not been the greatest on loan signings. We brought Flint in. Obviously, he'd already gone back and then actually performed really well for Cardiff. It's mental, this. It's we released a lot more players than I thought we were going to release, but it was probably necessary. Financially, it was probably necessary, and I am trusting and backing Darren Moore to get a chance now. Big summer coming up, Sheffield Wednesday. Big summer. Let's see how we rebuild and prepare for the next season. Let me know what you think on the players released in the comments. Is there any you would have liked to have seen stay? Who do you think we should bring in to replace them? Who would be ideal for a rebuild? But for now, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all those things, and keep watching right here on Dexterity Box.